Hello and welcome to the rink at Old York Road for tonight's presentation of the Temple University Ice Hockey Club game against the Villanova IceCats. My name is Dylan Coyle, joined alongside JJ Mahowski, as you would like to be known. You have many different last names according to the rest of your family. So we are here. Temple comes into this game a 3-9-1-0 record against the Villanova IceCats, 4-7-0-0. And there's a little bit of revenge wanted from the Temple Owls' point of view.
Absolutely, Dylan. We spoke to Coach Mark Spees today prior to the game, and he said that his team's coming out today looking for a little bit of vengeance. Obviously, they have the home ice advantage tonight coming when they had that 4-3 overtime loss. That was during the City 6 tournament, obviously played at a neutral site. Tonight, home ice, and I'm going to look for Temple to be very aggressive offensively tonight. They have Ryan Trev's back. He's on the starting line tonight, and we're underway here.
Immediately a big hit laid upon on Garrett Russell in the right-hand side, but he gets up with it. Temple already pressuring in the Villanova zone. There's a shot. A good save right there. A.J. Fernandez against Matt Shelley's a goaltending situation as Nova diagonally into the other zone, cuts it into their own corner. A pass to the middle could not get to DeSimone, and Charles Giazza in the left circle trying to defend. Jumno Kim gets it away, though. Being pestered by Smedley. It's shoved deeper into the zone behind the cage for Charles Giazza to get. And into the left corner, Owls trying to break out. Giazza, his pass was a little bit too far in front for Nick Van Allen. Pinned up against the wall, Ryan Trebs, Charles Giazza, and a few other Villanova players come together. And Nick Van Allen skates away with it behind his cage. Almost lost the puck. He actually does. Jungmo Kim comes into it. Kim, top of the circle, left point, a shot. Shelley saves it. It came loose, but he had to be quick and pounced on it to make the save.
Dylan, noticing early in this game, Temple getting dominated right now, and Villanova had a lot of possession there. Good to see the early shot on the Villanova goalkeeper there, and I want to see more aggressive shots being taken. I want to see Temple aggressive in the faceoff circle.
Faceoff won by the Owls. Connor Lordy finds Garrett Elmer, and Andrew Kaiser gets it. Kaiser in the neutral zone. It was shoved deeper by Elmer. The right corner boards behind the cage. Elmer chasing after it. Villanova comes away with it. Into the neutral zone they go. Brett McCall shoves it deeper into the zone. He goes past Jason Ferguson, oldest player on this Temple team. He's 30 years young. Behind the Owls net, it goes back up. Top of the slot, there's a shot. It goes wide and over the net. Back out to the slot. Nobody there. To the right point, McKell winds a shot. It's wide, the other corner, and the Villanova IceCats get on the board courtesy of a very fortuitous bounce to Michael Osborne.
Yeah, Dylan. On that goal, one thing I noticed, Temple not able to cover the top of the zone there. Of course, the bounce coming off the back there. Shelley really stood no chance with Villanova being right there to put home the rebound.
That's Osborne's goal. His 7th of the season. And that's what makes it 1-0. In the Temple zone, Ian Bowles goes hard into the boards with Timothy Arena, but Villanova gets it. Right point, there's a shot. It took a deflection before Shelley had to stick it away. Behind the cage now, Max Hucker off the glass, into the neutral zone. Luke Prochowski to chase. His forecheck got it to Will Green, but Will Green just backhands it calmly into the corner. Villanova takes it away. In Villanova side to the right of A.J. Fernandez. Temple pestering. They do win the puck back. In the right corner, Green trying to send it in on goal. Does not go on to Fernandez. In the corner behind the net, Temple still pressuring, giving Villanova a world of trouble before they're able to clear it into the neutral zone for Ian Bowles to take it away. Hucker now just dumps it into the zone. Line change for the Owls. They've got their top line out there. Charles Giazza got it to the point. Trevs was able to keep it in, but only momentarily because look out, here comes Villanova the other way. Joey Duffy cuts back. Smedley, a good defensive play, and Charles Giazza just sticks it up, but not out of the zone. Giazza does come back, however, and takes Patrick Coe out of the play. Villanova moving up again. A pass into the low circle. Trevs made sure to get it away and all the way down the other end of the ice. Icing to be called.
Dylan, right now, definitely noticing that Villanova's dominating this game. And Temple not able to get a lot of offensive production right now. I think that's due to their lack of being able to hold on the puck and complete passes. Certainly they need to get their pass accuracy up.
Yeah, the accuracy of their passing is definitely something they'll have to work on. You don't want to have a situation where the puck just continues to go behind you and you're almost pinned into your own zone and you're unable to get anything out of that. Charles Giazza gloves it down, keeps it into the zone, could not find a way onto Fernandez, and it's back into the neutral zone. The Owls are doing a good job of clogging up the neutral zone. It's just when they get into that offensive zone opportunity, they're unable to get any shots off on Fernandez. Shots are 2-2, but it does seem like Nova's having more of the offensive zone time. Temple's just not able to offensively get anything going as Trevs is taken hard into the boards. Not happy about that. He got up a little slowly, but he's up. Garrett Elmer now from the bottom of his left circle. His pass to Trevs. It went off the stick of Reisfelder and the other way. Sean Fowler trying to go in the middle. He had Andrew Kaiser, but Kaiser's deflection, it went wide and into the corner, and Villanova the other way. Chopping it past Lordy was Matthews. Pinned up against the boards by Elmer. Matthews still comes away with it. Right circle, the top. There's a shot that was blocked by the shin of Andrew Kaiser. The other side, there's another shot. It was low in on goal by Sapulio, and there's a good save by Shelley.
Shelley knocking that one away. Looked like it went off his pad there, and that's a good save for Shelley. Of course, Villanova able to get the rebound, and Temple early on in this game not able to get the rebounds after the saves that Shelley's been making. Certainly, I think that's an important part of playing defense, is being able to recover in the defensive zone. It's okay that they're allowing Villanova in, but they're not able to recover right now.
Absolutely. Face-off won by the Owls, however, and Brachowski had trouble finding the puck from his skates. Eventually, Sean McDowell finds his way to Ferguson, and Ferguson's pass to Will Green is behind Green, and Villanova the other way. Parisi, his shot, sticked away by Shelley, and it goes into the netting behind the net.
And Dylan, one thing I noticed early on in this game, both teams were playing a lot of dump and run hockey. Temple continues to stick with that game plan in this game, and Villanova's starting to get away from it a little bit, but we're seeing a lot of dumping the puck into the zone, chasing it, seeing who's faster. Villanova winning those races right now to the puck, and Temple's trying to play physical hockey right now, which they are a very good physical team and can win those battles.
There's a shot, but it was blocked by the wrist of Christopher Parisi, who actually just messed with his hand right there. It looks like he's going to tough it out for the rest of their shift, but Nova, they're pressuring Parisi. He might be hurt. A save by the blocker. Shelley has to get out to the other side. And another goal coming off the stick of Michael Osborne. Another bounce goes his way, and the IceCats 2-0.
Dylan, that goal almost identical to the goal that we just saw before. And that's something that Shelley needs to get used to playing at his home rink. You've got to be used to those bounces coming off the glass there, being able to go from the left side of your net and get over to the right side and use that blocker to block that shot away.
Absolutely. The Owls now having to come back from 2-0 down. They are used to this. They were down 2-0 in the City 6 against the IceCats before losing in overtime 4-3. And Balls at the top of the point. There's a shot. It went through traffic. It was blocked before it got there. Hucker gets it at the right hash marks. His pass goes into the opposite corner. Nova sends it into the neutral zone. Hucker went over his stick, but he had a good recovery to get the puck back. Ian Bowles, his pass goes off the boards. It was way too far in front for Hucker to control, and Nova's shot just goes wide over the net. Van Allen, left half boards. His pass did hit a skate of a Nova player before bouncing its way to Max Hucker, who dangerously goes into the middle of the ice. Nova pressuring. Giazza takes it away. Max Hucker did come back to make a good defensive play right there as Giazza just finds his way to the red line and dumps it in.
Dylan, as I said before, Temple passing to open ice right now, really not directing their passes at any of their teammates. Right there we saw a couple of passes that Villanova was able to keep in the zone because they were being proactive on the forecheck.
There's a low, sharp angle shot that actually hit the pad of Shelley before bouncing out, and Sean Fowler with speed. He lost the puck, but Andrew Kaiser has it. Kaiser offsides. You know, Michael Osborne has scored twice for the Villanova IceCats. The top goal scorer for the IceCats is Michael Osborne, and he actually scored the overtime game-winning goal in the City Six. So he's a player that you have to look out for if you are the Owls.
Absolutely, Dylan. And Osborne right now haunting the Owls a little bit.
And a quick whistle as a shot coming off the stick of Joey Duffy hit Kyle Smedley's shin. And Matt Shelley went to cover it. Puck never was covered by him, and referee blew a whistle. Face off to the right of him. Owls win it. Owls called a break right there. In the right corner, Kyle Smedley fighting for the puck. He comes together with Joey Duffy. Still battling their way down. Kyle Smedley and Duffy coming together again. He has some help from Jack Marecki, and the puck goes all the way into the opposite corner, up to the left half boards, and Villanova keeps it in. A pass goes all the way back up to the point. Here's a shot. Shelley, breadbasket save.
A couple of points here for you, Dylan. Like to see Kyle Smedley in the corner there. He had a nice board pin that kept Temple in that play in the corner. He was able, not sure who he was pinning against the boards, but he was able to keep them out of the play and make sure that Temple was able to get possession of the puck. Also, coming into tonight's game, Nova averaging 3.6 goals for per game. Right now, they're already at 2. I certainly think that average is going to be rising after tonight if Temple doesn't straighten up their defensive play.
Well, it's funny. The Owls and Villanova both come in with 3.6 or 3.5 and 3.6 goals for, respectively. It's just defensively, the Owls are giving up 5.9 goals against, and the IceCats are 4.1 goals against. So defensively, it is an issue in the back that Temple will have to handle if they are going to knock off the IceCats in their first ECHA game of the year. But with speed through the neutral zone, Villanova comes up with it. It's Brett McCall. His shot sticked away by Shelley and out of play.
Going back to talking about Temple's average goals against, I think that's certainly coming from the loss of Benjamin Auerbach there. And Ben Auerbach, a huge player for this team, right now a junior, and he has a .917 save average in 51 games over his career. That's a huge asset for the Owls and a huge one that they lost. Today, talking to Coach, he said he hopes that Auerbach might be back next week. And I think that's certainly something Temple could look forward to, especially after Shelley's been taking most of the time in net for the Owls this season.
Charles Giazza, left circle, a shot. It rose off a stick of a Nova player before going out of play. We do expect Brendan Ondick to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow Temple will play away at Towson University. Another ECHA matchup there. Face off to the right of A.J. Fernandez. It's won by Nova, and behind the net goes Eddie Klein. Klein dangerously out to his own left circle, gets into the neutral zone, and Villanova goes the other way with Michael Osborne losing the puck. And back to the neutral zone, Villanova goes. Nick Van Allen, his forecheck almost stole the puck and stripped it away at the offensive blue line. The puck eventually finds Charles Giazza, and his stretch pass goes all the way to the right corner, and it did find his teammate right there, Garrett Russell. Ian Balls just sends it deeper into the zone, and Nova will go back and chase it with Brian Anderson, sending the puck all the way to the other side. Osborne, it was in the skates. He didn't see it till now. Osborne retrieves the puck through his skates. Osborne in on goal, a shot. Shelley with the big left pad save. Oh, that was a big save, and Osborne with the moves almost got it by Shelley for a hat trick in the first 10 minutes of this game. Hucker, fancy with the puck, loses it. Garrett Russell now, right half boards of his own zone. Tries to go off the glass. It doesn't work, and Osborne jumps on it. Osborne's shot. It's blocked by Ian Balls, and that's putting your body on the line. Garrett Elmer pushing the puck farther in the zone. Charles Giazza pounces on it. He would have been offsides. Ian Balls and him come together, and miscommunication right there. Villanova, Jim Conway coming up the other side of the ice. He just sends it all the way around to the other side. Giazza to come together with Junmo Kim. The puck currently sitting to the right of Shelley. Nova does take it away into the slot. Timothy Arena is stoned by Matt Shelley.
That's a nice glove save there by Shelley, knocking that one down. Nova was looking for the top corner. I saw that there. But right now. Also noticing Temple unable to clear their zone, unable to communicate properly, and really work the puck how they need to be working it.
15-3, the shots currently in favor of Villanova, and the way this game has gone so far, it's not coming as much of a surprise.
Icing waved off on that one, Dylan, as the Nova did tip it.
But here comes Nova the other way with a lot of speed. It's Hallaby. Hallaby, his shot. Smedley got a stick involved. Puck goes wide. Behind the cage. Villanova trying to protect the puck in the left corner is Troiano. Troiano actually got it from Hallaby, and Hallaby back up to the left point. There's a shot. It hit Fowler's skate before bouncing to the right corner. Back up, left point. Taken away, almost was able to pounce on that, was Michael Ianari. Villanova just chops into the zone. Referee got in the way of Kyle Smedley, and look out, there's no one at the top of the slot. They had to be careful right there because lurking was Jack Marecki. Near the low slot, Smedley being pestered. He lost the puck, but he got it shoved to the outside. Villanova moving with it. Duffy, his pass, stopped at the blue line. A big finish of a check right there. Nova moving it forward. The right circle, a shot is blocked. He falls onto the ice, and Sean Fowler takes it all alone. Fowler just backhands it, and he did come together with Joe Rosfelder, and he's now trying to chase the puck. Talk about a good forward check. But Villanova there holding calmly.
Good shift there for Sean Fowler, Dylan. Fowler getting Temple involved physically, getting on the forecheck, trying to win the puck in the offensive zone. That's a mindset that Temple needs to move forward with in this game. Maybe an adjustment to make at the first intermission.
Slow change for Nova right there. Allowed Will Green to move in the left side of the zone. They didn't get a shot off, though. Connor Lordy just gets it in the neutral zone and sends it deeper. Fernandez out to play it, and a little trouble behind the net as it goes all the way into the slot and pops right back out to the point. Jason Ferguson just swats it deeper into the zone. Will Green coming together right there. He has the puck, being pestered. Back up to Ferguson. No one on him. Left point shot, and he scores! Jason Ferguson gets the Owls on the board and cuts the deficit to 1.
Dylan, that's what I'm talking about right there. Love to see the communication between Temple. Ferguson got the dump deep into the zone there, moved the puck behind the net, got the puck passed back out to him, wasn't afraid to take the shot with people in front of the net. And that's what you'd like to see right there. Ferguson picking up his
third goal of the
Thank
season.
You. Thank you for the help there.
6th point of the season, and Jason Ferguson, well, it was a slow change from Villanova that actually led to that, but Ferguson was able to pounce. You have to be careful, though, from the response of Villanova. Temple, they always say the first couple minutes after a goal is always opportunity for the next goal to come in a game because players are a little frazzled now on both sides as the puck is sent all the way back down. Ian Bowles chasing at it. Icing is called. Tim Matthews was right behind him the entire way, but a faceoff will be held to the left of A.J. Fernandez.
Dylan, that icing might be a little bit of nerves right there and a momentum change for Temple coming after that goal. Right now, these players on the ice are skating faster than they have the rest of this game and searching to tie this game up.
Face-off won by the Owls. Right point, there's a shot. It's blocked. Max Hucker couldn't get the shot off. Villanova the other way with some speed. It's Matthews. Bowles takes him out of the play. Shelley sticks it to the other side. Ian Bowles fishing the puck back into the offensive zone. Jim Conway to have it. Conway, his pass, it's going to be icing. He was aiming to get to Christopher Parisi, but right off the boards, and we're talking about nerves here, and Nova all of a sudden, they're playing on their heels.
Yeah, Nova right now trying to play their dumping around hockey, but it's turning into icing. They're not able to get the passes off that they were before. Also, Dylan, another note I want to make, seems as if Ferguson actually got the assist on that one. It appears that it was tipped in front according to the official score, and the announcement that was made here at the rink. We'll try to get that goal for you at the next
shot by Fowler, a glove save by Fernandez. Sorry about that. So
all good, Dylan. And Fowler right there playing great hockey for the Owls right now, playing physical, getting shots on net, and he's been playing good defense for the Owls coming into our face-off right here.
Well, nonetheless, whoever scored that, it's a good thing for the Owls because it's 2-1. It's an interesting vantage point we have up here. Usually in the broadcast, you'll have the center ice view, but we're kind of tucked in the right corner, so everything that's currently happening in the offensive zone for the Owls, it's almost a guessing game for us. Andrew Kaiser, right side, right circle. There's a shot. Blocker away by Fernandez into the opposite corner for the Owls to get. Trevs, a pass to him, goes way off his stick. Watch out, Osborne the other way. Osborne, backhander. It goes through Shelley's 5-hole and comes out the opposite side of the post. A penalty is called. It's going to be hooking. And it's going to go against Jason Ferguson, it appears. You'd rather have that than a goal, but it was almost a goal.
Dylan, right now, Michael Osborne is putting the moves on the Temple defense right now. That's the second time we've seen a deke between the legs and trying to score that goal. Shelley knocking the puck down. It almost did cross the goal line, but before it could, it went to the side of the post. And Osborne almost had his hat trick here in the first period.
And a penalty coming up against Villanova now. Joey Duffy took the feed out under Ryan Trevs. And Duffy's complaining that it's going to be a cross-check from Ryan Trevs, but, well, he's going to go off for cross-checking. So we're now evened up here. The 11-second power play is over.
A little bit of 4-on-4 hockey for you. And Temple's going to look to open up the ice right now. Really get a good offensive possession. I think they won that offensive draw there. Villanova with the puck now. But if Temple's able to open up this ice and really get a good shot on goal, I think they can tie this one up before the end of the period, especially with a minute and 45 left to go on that Villanova penalty.
The ice is much more open, 4-on-4, 5:17 remaining in the first period of play. 2-1, your score. The Temple Owls just cut the deficit back to 1. Smedley didn't see the puck was behind him. Nova took it away, but Smedley's sweeping poke check took the puck back away. That puck's behind the cage for Charles Giazza to play off behind the boards, and Nick Van Allen in the left corner passes it right back into the middle, and it's poke check away, and it went off the inside pad of Matt Shelley before hitting the post and coming all the way back out.
Dylan, as our friend Dan Wassner always says, the post can be your best friend or your worst friend. Right there, acting as Shelley's best friend in this world, saving Villanova from going up 3-1.
Now that puck, you know, we didn't really hear a ping there. It really looked like it could have tucked in. We'll have to rewatch it, but whether it's in or not, the Owls again coming up a bit lucky.
Good break there for Temple. Obviously, no video review here in club hockey as you might have in the NHL, but that might be one to take a look at the tape later on.
Ian Bowles with a shot. It's sticked aside by Fernandez. And Villanova trying to move it up. Taken away and poked back farther by Andrew Kaiser. And Ian Bowles on the left side in the neutral zone. But banks it in diagonally, for Sean Fowler to come back and play. He loses the puck, however. Villanova the other way. Timothy Arena in the zone. Backhand, forehand, 3-1. Well, if Timothy Arena wanted to make up for whether or not that should have been a goal, he absolutely did it. And Nova now up by 2. And that open ice seemed to kill Temple right there.
Dylan, noticing right now, these Villanova scratches down in front of us, loving that goal from their teammate. They're loving the moves that they're putting on Temple right now. Temple's going to go on a power play now, I believe, as
in 12 seconds, they'll go on the power play. 4-on-4 right now. It's going to still be even strength because there wasn't a power play goal there. Will still be even strength for another 10 seconds at this point. JJ, it's okay. So it's all good. Well, Timothy Arena puts the IceCats up 3-1 as the power play expires. Now you got me saying power play. 4-on-4 expires. Temple will have a very short power play that's about to end already, and Villanova's pressuring in their zone. Kyle Smedley takes it. Smedley's pass goes all the way back up into the right side. Just pushed farther into the zone. And puck is behind Fernandez. Villanova off the boards, a line change going on. They weren't able to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Smedley raced over to the right point to try and keep it in. It did not stay in. And Villanova starts their breakout. Neutral zone. Joey Duffy. Duffy behind the net, stops. Smedley sticks in there. Kyle Smedley has done a great job tonight at making sure that he's in a good position to shove that puck away any way he can. Sean McDowell does lift the stick of a Nova player before going in on goal. Fernandez waiting, finds his player. You were saying, JJ.
Right now, Smedley and Fowler, standout players for me on this Temple defense right now. They're getting a lot of action on the ice tonight, having some really good shifts, and certainly pestering the Villanova offensive rush.
Van Allen with a nice block there. Villanova takes it back into their zone. Low point, enters the left circle before spinning back and looking back to the left point. Villanova is able to swing it in and taking it down low. The pass from Joey Duffy. He tried to find Patrick Coe, but a sliding block kept that puck from going to him. Just sitting right now in front of the Villanova bench. 2 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in this first period. 3-1 your score. 20-8 the shots in favor of Villanova. Puck deflects off of Coe before going in the corner. Connor Lordy plays it to no one. Jason Ferguson, the defenseman, who is also out with Lordy. Poor breakout, and Villanova almost made it 4-1 off the stick of Timothy Arena once again. Lordy, his pass, finds Garrett Russell. Garrett Russell gives it away. Low point, finds him. The right point, the whiff on the shot from Joe Reisfelder. A whistle is blown. There's a penalty coming up. Ferguson was down, so no penalty coming up. Just check on Ferguson. He recorded an assist in the City 6. I guess he also recorded an assist in this game, both against Villanova. Ian Bowles, and Temple wins the face-off. Bowles in the right corner. It's Max Hucker. Hucker, pestered. Arena has it. Halavy trying to fight for it. No one can seem to find a way to get the puck until Andrew Kaiser was able to get it out, courtesy of Ian Bowles. And Garrett Elmer now for Temple's attack. Fowler had to slow up to remain onside. Hucker was thinking about pinching. Fowler actually did pinch. He spun. He wasn't able to keep the puck in the zone as it's just popped up to Ian Bowles, who has to be careful because he almost gave the puck away right in the middle. David Turiano was lurking. Turiano actually went right into the glass and took Hucker with him. And the Owls were getting a power play there. We'll have to see if they will still hold a power play, as Andrew Kaiser and Turiano came together. Well, we can definitely say the initial penalty was going to David Turiano.
Absolutely, Dylan. That hit coming on number 19, Max Hucker, and Kaiser right there looking to defend his teammate. Absolutely ridiculous to take a harmful hit like that. Hucker's head was down in the corner, and that's a scary hit to have in hockey. Certainly something the refs need to call, and I 100% back up Kaiser's actions afterwards. Certainly you need to stand up for your teammates.
Yeah, but at the same time, you just might have negated a power play for your team.
Yeah, but Dylan, I think in a situation like that with 2 periods left to play in this one, now we're under a minute to play in this period, you got to let Villanova know where you're coming from in the rest of this game. You got to keep the game under control. Yes, you might lose a power play now, but it might lead to something later that develops for Temple and possibly Villanova not coming out as physical later on because of that hit.
The referees are still coming together with both Ryan Treves and Joe Reisfelder. And it does look like the only penalty that's currently up on the boards right now is against Nova's man, but we might be having 5-on-5 hockey. It does look like 2 Villanova players being told to go back to the bench, so out of all of it, Temple does end up on the power play. Well, Temple's on the power play with just under a minute left in this first period of play.
Absolutely. The Richie's power play, I believe.
Richie's power play.
believe.
See, I'm not always going to be on the broadcast, so I don't always remember. I'm usually just behind the scenes directing everybody.
Absolutely.
I forget we have sponsors.
Great to get those
Richie's
sponsors
penalty
this year.
kill, the Pub Web power play.
Temple giving up the puck there, but a huge hit. And that's good to see Temple getting back on their defense. Now they're going to break out. Just 20 seconds left in this period.
Sean
Here's a chance for the
Fowler.
Owls. That one looked to bounce under the goalie and almost find the post and go in for the Owls.
15 seconds left. Puck is sent right back in the zone for Matt Shelley to get 10 seconds. One more rush possible for Ryan Treves to Charles Giazza. 7 seconds left. Giazza just shoves it deeper into the zone looking for a forward check, but Brett McHale is just going to pin the puck against the wall, and the Owls are currently down 3-1 at the end of the first period, but we'll have 1 minute and 9 seconds of power play time, Pub Web power play time, to come up in the second period, where we'll also have a special guest. Steve Luongo, a former player for Temple Ice Hockey, will be joining us. So right now, though, we will have an intermission report with Mike Zingroni and Taylor Snyder. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks, to the Old York Ice Center here at the first intermission report. Temple losing 3-1 right now to Villanova here at the end of one. Mike Zingroni is joining me. I am Taylor Snyder, bringing you all the best. Mike, a lot of stuff went down that period. Yep. Villanova out-shooting Temple 20-8. A lot of hockey being discussed down there on the boards. A lot of hockey being discussed. I want to get inside your head right now. I want you to break this down for me. How do you think Temple played overall in that first period?
Not awful, but definitely something you have to be better in the second period. They definitely have to play a lot better. It's not their worst period. I think that's safe to say. It wasn't their worst period. It was just a couple chances that they let out, get in front of Shelley, right in front of the net, primetime chances for Villanova, and they were able to capitalize. So Temple has to generate more in the offensive zone, but it's definitely something they can build on, but there's still a long way to go if they want to win this game.
Last weekend versus William Patterson, Matt Shelley faced a lot of shots in that game. William Patterson put up 8 goals. Tonight, Villanova has 3. Mike, they're out shooting the Owls tonight 20-8, but overall Temple looks a little bit better on the defensive side of the puck. What do they got to do to make Matt Shelley's job as easy as possible in the second period?
A lot of communication breakdown is what it looked like it occurred to me. There was a couple times Tress would put it behind the net, hoping Jason Ferguson will come get the puck, but the defense was a little off. They weren't really communicating. Someone will cut in the middle. They'll put the long puck along the boards. Villanova will take it and get an offensive scoring chance right in return. So got to tighten up the communication, be a little crisper with the passes, make sure you're passing to a Temple player and not just moving it up ice, hoping your teammate would be there. So I feel like that's the big thing. They got to tighten up the communication so they're sharper, and if they're sharper, they definitely have a chance of coming back.
3 goals tonight for Villanova, all 3 through the seam. 1 was unassisted. Villanova, it seems like most of their scoring chances they're taking right to the net, and they're getting their rebounds. Puck really trickling all over Temple's net, which is not what you want. What did you see offensively from Villanova, and how do you think we got to slow that down?
Villanova did a great job of counterattacking. You know, as I said, with those communication breakdowns with Temple, once they'll turn the puck over, Villanova get the puck, boom, they're in the offensive zone. They did a great job of counterattacking and going straight at Shelley, putting pucks on net, getting scoring chances. They have 20 shots in one period, so that is a huge indication of that. But their counterattack skills and the way they could switch the gears and go the opposite way in a split second was what really gave Villanova the lead.
As I mentioned, folks, a lot of hockey being talked down there on the ice tonight. Villanova and Temple not very fond of each other. One school's from Philly, one school thinks they're from Philly, and they're going at it on the ice tonight, Mike. What did you see on that hit there at the end that got offsetting penalties?
As a little dirty hit. I think a little dirty actually might be an understatement. That was actually a very dirty hit. No place for that in what we're trying to do tonight, trying to have a fun hockey game. No place in that. Good job by the Temple team, backing up their teammate, got offsetting penalties, but Temple got a power play out of that because the hit was so bad. So no place for that, but Temple did a good job of showing them, we're not going to take any of that, and good job for them on that.
The Owls have really been trying to improve their physicality week by week tonight, Mike. How do you think they are on the forecheck?
Better, but they have to do a better job getting the puck in deep. I feel like that's the problem. They're having a tough time getting past their blue line, their own defensive blue line. They're getting it past the red line, and you have to get it past the red line or it's going to be icing. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. They got to get it in deep more. When they do get it in deep, however, there's definitely stuff they can build on. They got one goal from, fighting down low, getting one chance, then eventually Jason Ferguson gets it out in the point. He puts it on net, and Temple scores. So I feel like that's the big thing. You have to get the puck in deep, because when they do, they are successful. They just have to get it in deep first.
Second periods have been Temple's worst nightmare this season, Mike. Not very good in the second and third. The game's close right now. They're within 2 goals. If you're Coach Mark Spees right now in the locker room, what is your message to your team?
I feel like communication is the biggest thing, because they're having a tough time getting past their defensive blue line. They have a tough time really getting the puck out from behind their net when they have possession, and Villanova is coming off a change. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. Communicate with your defensive partner. Centers, communicate with your wings. Centers, communicate with your defensive pairing that you're on the ice with. And that's the biggest thing, because you have to get this puck moving and get it out of your zone quickly, because Villanova is doing a great job of counterattacking. So getting the puck into the neutral zone, getting it deep, letting your forecheck go to work's big. So I think communication, just so they can get out of the defensive zone first before they can get to the forecheck, is what really Temple needs to work on going into the second period.
As I mentioned, 1 goal tonight for the Owls. The goal was Luke Brzezowski, assisted from Jason Ferguson. Mike, take me through your mind when you saw that goal. What did you see on that play, and how can Temple reciprocate that?
I mean, as you mentioned, Temple really lives on this forecheck. I remember the first game of the year against Bloomsburg, that forecheck really sparked this offense. And, they blew out Bloomsburg, and that's what I saw that play. The down low, little gritty board battles, getting a puck on net, then eventually getting a second opportunity a couple seconds later. And it was that second, third chance opportunity that goes in the net. So that's what Temple has to do. They have to keep applying pressure, but they have to get in the offensive zone first before they can do that pressure. Because they can put it on. They're doing a good job. They got a couple 2-on breaks. A couple times they turn it over in the neutral zone after they got it out of their defensive zone, but they have to be able to get in there, because they're winning board battles when it comes to around the Villanova net, and that's key. So they can do that. They just have to get the puck in that area first.
As I mentioned, the 1 goal tonight coming from Brzezowski. Charles Giazza, Ryan Trebs, Andrew Kaiser, they've all been very active on the ice tonight, making good passes with their teammates, checking very well. Who's your dark horse in this period? Who do you feel like will step up big for the Owls?
Has to be Tress. I'm looking for Tress. He was a scratch last game. Looking for him to come out, get Temple on the board, get him within 1 goal, maybe even tie the game up.
Well, that'll do it from the first intermission report. I'm Taylor Snyder, joined here by Mike Zingroni, where Temple is down 3-1 to Villanova. Second period coming your way. J.J. Michalski and Dan Wasner are on the call.
Welcome back. Just above ice level for the Temple Owls and the Villanova IceCats. The IceCats currently lead 3-1. I'm Dylan Coyle, joined alongside JJ Michalski. I'm always going to have to think about that. We're joined.
It's like your house key, Dylan.
Exactly.
Just opening up the door.
Exactly. Taylor said that Dan Wanzer is here. It's Dylan Coyle. That's who's on the call right here. But we're also joined alongside Steve Luongo, former player of the Temple Owls and a group account executive of the Philadelphia Flyers, as the Owls currently on the power play. And what is your assessment so far, Steve, of this team?
Looks like a little bit less aggressive than it used to be.
So you played 2012 to 2015, I believe, your season, as Trez makes a spinning move. A shot. Will Green was in traffic. This is how the broadcast will go. We will have to have
stick down here in the goal crease. The goalie just changed sticks with number 7 of Villanova there.
Better in play. Right there.
So, Steve, a lot slower or a lot more cautious, you said?
Guys look a little timid going into the corners. Nova's pretty big, but looks like we have a little bit less size compared to them,
now,
especially on the defensive front.
So, tell us about your time playing for Temple. Again, 2012 to 2015. I did some research. You scored 14 points in 50 career games, 8 goals. Your last ever game, you scored the game-winning goal.
Yeah.
At Maryland, what is it? Maryland, Baltimore County University. You scored the game winner.
Yeah.
In your final ever collegiate game.
Good senior game.
Very good.
I think I actually had 2 that game.
Really? Oh, there's a double save right there by A.J. Fernandez. On the doorstep was Sean Fowler, but that one did not go.
Power play is over now for the Owls. Good chance there for them, though. Obviously, their power play only at 13.3% success rate so far this season. Couple of good shots there at the end. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
As Villanova, they score, and it's now 4-1. Matt Shelley looked to make 2 saves, but the IceCats, well, they pushed the puck past him. Now 4-1. Temple just coming off their second Pub Web power play. They're now 0 for 2 tonight. And
I think one
fresh
of my
off it.
goalies would have slashed me in the back of the head if I let that many people go in front of the net like that.
Well, you were a forward as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you back-checked.
Yeah.
Tell us about your playing style.
So I was mainly a third, fourth line guy. My job was to basically make their defensemen not want to go get the puck. And, I didn't get a lot of goals, but I was definitely a penalty killer. Probably would put my play to a Belmar type play, especially at the college level. It was definitely a change from growing up being the goal scorer, having to kind of figure out that, I'm not probably going to score a lot of goals at this level.
Now, you actually played with Eric Szymborski.
Mm-hmm. Was in his wedding.
You were in Eric Szymborski's wedding, so
Oh, yeah.
for people who are not aware of who Eric Szymborski is, he also played for Temple, and as a penalty is called, it looks like it's going to go against the Owls, so right after giving up the fourth goal, more penalty trouble will be coming their way.
It's all a little bit of a trip up there, Dylan. I think the call might be tripping. Not sure who it's on right now. Certainly, Temple coming out in this period.
Max Hucker's going to go away.
Max Hucker to the box. And right now, not a good defensive play for the Owls. Steve, question for you. How would you straighten up this Owls defense right now? What are you noticing that's poor about the defense, or what could they be fixing?
I mean, it just looks like they need to start picking up their guys. I mean, it looks like they don't have their head on a swivel at all times. Kind of getting stuck just watching the puck a lot. Also, like I said before, I mean, it comes down to just keeping yourself accountable for the guys that you need to be picking up.
Christopher Parisi in the left-hand circle, just dropping it off. And just skating right back was Brett McKell. His pass to Osborne in the left half boards in the circle at the top of the point. There's a slap shot, winds up. It was blocked and going down to the ice in some pain. It was Ryan Treves the other way, though, shorthanded. Charles Giazza, his shot, a really nice left pad save from Fernandez, and you have to be careful because when you have a chance shorthanded, an odd-man rush comes the other way. Nova back into the slot, taken away by Temple. Back and forth, shorthanded they go. Nick Van Allen, left circle. His pass goes to the inside to Giazza. And Charles Giazza ran in the boards. And that is not something that should happen at all.
Giazza down in the corner right now, Dylan. Starting to get up. That's a good sign. Certainly not a person you want to see go down onto the ice. The captain of this team, Giazza, a junior, and he has played a lot of hockey in his lifetime, certainly experienced, and someone that we're going to keep an eye out for to make sure he stays healthy the rest of the season. Temple struggling with injuries this season as Villanova wins the offensive draw there. Go ahead, Steve.
I mean, technically, Giazza shouldn't be allowed to be back on the ice right now, which so Temple's getting away with having their best player out there.
And
after you're hurt,
he's really out there. Wow. Now, just to inform everyone, there is a penalty handed to Tim Matthews. It should be a charging call. I didn't quite see if that's what they called, but boy, that
or boarding.
That or boarding as a goal. Villanova scores. It's 5-1, and it's starting to get ugly here.
Dylan, as they said in the intermission report, Temple not a second and third period team this season. Last game, they came out and they lost that one 8-1 versus William Patterson. That was last Friday night, a week ago. This one is starting to get ugly as well, as it's now 5-1. And Nova certainly jumping all over the Temple defense right now, jumping on every opportunity they're given.
And again, we are in the far corner opposite of where Villanova is shooting right now, so we're not really able to see the play perfectly from this point of view as Turiano goes in. A shot was flubbed, and Shelley just sticked it to the opposite corner and behind his net. Max Hucker to get it. The penalty to Max Hucker is coming off. Excuse me, that was Kyle Smedley who got it. Max Hucker is coming out of the penalty box, and he did. Nick Van Allen came onto the ice, so 1 minute and 2 seconds of power play time for the Owls. Will Green in the corner, getting pestered. Green has Van Allen if he wants. Van Allen takes it away below the goal line. Van Allen, his pass to the slot. Treves did a good job of handling it because it was just well over on the ice. And Junmo Kim comes the other way shorthanded. Kim goes into the left circle. A dipsy do attempt. It does not fool Ryan Treves, and he just ships it deeper into the zone for Treves to just send all the way back down diagonally. Icing is called against the Owls. So not only do you have Charles Giazza coming back into the game when he looked very shaken up, and now you have Villanova scoring to make it 5-1. What would you do in that situation if you just saw your teammate get hit like that?
At this point, they have two things that they can do. They can play selfishly, try to get back at guys that are hurting their teammates, try to score all themselves, or they can go real hard, dumping pucks in, getting pucks on net. Looks like from the pay of that power play, they might actually be going the right way.
So the Owls are actually going to go up another man, a 5-on-3 Pub Web power play. Did not quite see the penalty, but
Looked like it was boarding down there in the corner. Villanova having another hit from behind.
and another one, it'll send Temple in the 5-on-3 advantage for 18 seconds. After that, 1:42 of 5-on-4 time. But this is huge. If they want any chance of getting back into this game, this is a moment that, well, they won't forget. This prolonged power play time, they have to capitalize on it as Nova wins the face-off. It's to the point, though. Giazza kept it in. Treves stops, left point, down low in the circle. Fowler almost tried to get a stick onto it in the slot. He wasn't able to, and the puck goes out to the neutral zone. 5 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Fernandez plays it, forehands it. Fowler takes it away. He was out of his net. Fowler was looking at the goal. He stops in the right corner and slows down. 5-on-4 action. Charles Giazza. Sean Fowler all the way back up to Giazza. The top point, there's a shot. It went wide of the net. Kaiser behind the net, spins, left circle. It's Sean Fowler now. Fowler back to Kaiser in the left circle again. The Owls have some time and space. Giazza, wrist shot of the point. It was hit off the stick of Nick Van Allen and it went wide. Sean Fowler pushes it to Ryan Treves in the opposite corner. 1:20 left on this power play. Giazza at the point, another wrist shot, and Van Allen got a stick on it and it went to the corner, dribbled wide. The Owls getting some opportunity. Sean Fowler behind the cage, goes back up, right point, goes to the left point. Treves wrist a shot. It goes wide of the net again. The Owls can't find the puck into the net. Giazza to the slot. He's falling down. The puck still messing around. Giazza trying to just spin it back on goal with his backhand. And Van Allen, he's checked against the corner boards. Villanova, they are trying to get the puck out of the zone. They do.
6 shots there, Dylan.
That went wide.
And you know what? That's one of the best Temple power plays I've seen in the offensive zone that we've called this season. Temple so far only effective on 13% of their power plays, and right now coming out with fight and getting a lot of good passes off and taking good shots.
Nova, they clear it with 25 seconds left in the game. That was a really good power play there. It's just you have to get shots on that.
That Giazza's got a great shot. He really needs to get it about waist high instead of over the goalie's shoulders. But he's got an absolute rocket.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a snapshot as fast as that,
It comes off quick.
yeah. And if you can just work on that accuracy, even more deadly than he already is. He has 18 points on the season so far in 13 games. Power play is over. So the Owls are now 0 for 4 on the Pub Web power play.
But Dylan, hope on that power play as certainly a different look for the Owls. Maybe a coaching change there by Mark Spies in the locker room on Temple's strategy during the power play. And Steve, do you have any suggestions at all for what you might have done on a power play there?
I didn't see a lot of power play time in my play at Temple, so I wouldn't be able to give you a great idea, but I did watch the highest point scorer in Temple history with Steve Kennedy do it, and you got to get the goalie moving side to side. He had probably 30 tap-in goals in his career that I sat watching from the bench.
And that's why players who are so deadly from just 5 feet out are so sought after. You saw the Flyers obviously got James Van Riemsdyk for that reason, as that shot is blocked. But just having the know-how to get that goalie moving across from post to post, it's so important in today's game. And if you can get a goalie moving, well, If you have a good shot from 5 feet out, well, you're going to get one on the board. So talk to us. We were talking about Eric Samborski before the mayhem of Charles Giazza got started, as that puck is behind the net. So Eric Samborski, he was the emergency backup goalie for the Flyers and Blackhawks at multiple occasions, and obviously a Temple Club goalie. You were in his wedding. I had no idea.
Yeah, me and Eric were friends all throughout college. He was a sophomore, and I came in as a freshman. Actually, the way I got picked to play for Temple's team the first year is we had our captain skates, and Sembo was in net.
Yeah.
And I scored on him top corner. Comes up to me afterwards, like, you'll probably be on the team because no one usually does that.
That puck, a lot of whistles going around. The puck looked like it jumped off the
Goal.
back of the net. Did that go in?
Yes. Looks like it. It's in the net.
That puck might have bounced off the glass and off the back of Matt Shelley. They're going to have a face-off to the left of him, so not a goal, Steve. He's cracking up right here. Got me a little confused. It's okay. We can't really see from this.
I don't know. They
point at all.
look like they're checking out the net right now for a hole of some sort.
See, it might have just popped through the top of the netting and came right back down into the goal.
Very possible.
So I think that's possibly what they're looking at right now. But so what was Eric Samborski like as a goaltender? Because, you know, to be an emergency backup, you don't really need to – you don't get scouted. It's more like you fall into the right place at the right time. But
Yeah, you know, Sembo was a huge Blink-182 fan. His entire wedding was Blink-182. I think maybe every single album was played there. But Guy was just one of the best, you know, friends, and you know, just one of those class act guys to be with. Also a devout Christian.
really, really, you know, it seems like Eric Samborski, because I talked to him a bit, where that puck went off the post.
Heard some metal there.
You heard the metal. You heard the ping from all the way out here. Samborski always seemed like a very humble person. And all the interviews after the I wouldn't say incident, just the day. The Chicago Blackhawks probably was the biggest one, and then when he emergency backups for the Flyers, when Neuvert went down, he almost got that playing time.
Yeah, I mean, he's always one of the guys that just, you know, he never would put himself in front of anyone else, and he was just like a true team player. You know, probably one of my favorite friends from playing hockey at Temple, but you know, he's a goalie, so he's a little weird.
Aren't all goalies a little bit weird?
No, he's in a bike gang now.
Is he? He's in a biker gang.
Well, not like a bad biker gang. Like, he just rides a Harley around.
Yeah, okay. Well, wait, but he's actually legitimately in a biker gang.
A biker group.
A biker group. Okay.
But they have like the leather
It's a
jacket.
It's a better connotation.
Yeah.
To say, you know.
Gang's not the word.
Of course.
He's not gonna be happy I said that.
You know, I'll text him afterwards, and you'll have to deal with the consequences. Remember, we were going to go hard on you.
All right, now.
Make you mess up right here.
It's all right. I'm
So-
an easy target.
So after your playing career at Temple ended, take us through your career, because you were, I don't remember quite your major, but you ended up with the Flyers as a group account executive. How did that happen?
So I was a sport and recreation management major. I think there's probably a couple guys on the team that are now. Sembo was too. I also worked and volunteered with the Snyder Hockey Foundation. So I was a coach there for a couple of years. Just knowing the right people kind of got me in the door with the Flyers. And now I actually run the Mites on Ice program with them. So I'm the commissioner for that as well.
Do you really? That's pretty awesome.
You know, after a couple of years, they gave me the reins of that. I'm kind of the point of sale for all of youth hockey in the tri-state area.
So would you say that in the group ticket sales, I guess, department area of the Flyers, is that one of the most, I guess, prolific, kind of parts of being a group executive, a group sales executive? By the way, the Flyers are the Flyers. The Owls currently on the Richie's penalty kill. Sean Fowler took a hooking call. Villanova, minute 42 remaining on their power play. But your position right now, what you're in charge of, is that one of the most prolific positions as a group sales executive?
Yeah, so basically kind of when I started, with my hockey playing career and kind of what a lot of the coaches and ex-players had taught me is like use your knowledge and your sense of team, what you gained from being here, and kind of put it to your career going forward. And me being a hockey player kind of got me in the door beyond like an entry-level position. And now it's me being there, running that program. It's besides playing the NHL, it's like my next closest step for me.
The Owls currently facing a load of shots, but Matt Shelley is staying tall. Ever since we started talking about Eric Samborski, Shelley wants to emulate his play because he's really starting to make some nice saves out there ever since that 5th goal. It did come around, at this point, 9 minutes ago as the Owls offensively go the other way. Van Allen trying to put a puck in on net in the slot. Charles Giazza was breaking, but they just can't seem to find that puck onto his tape. There's a big hit in the corner, and Smedley coming together with Michael Osborne. Osborne's head was practically slammed into the wall, and Smedley and Osborne going at it right now. It's more Smedley needing to be held back. And Kyle Smedley is
Smedley being escorted to the penalty box right now. But Nick Van Allen started a little bit of that confrontation there after laying a huge hit down along the boards. I think that stemmed from Smedley. We're getting a little bit of a Bulls cheer here from the fans.
we do have
the Villanova goalkeeper jumping in on the chant.
So the Owls,
5-on-3.
who only took 1 penalty in the first period of play, halfway through this middle frame, it is now the 3rd penalty of the period itself, and that's not all what you want to see from Kyle Smedley. 5-on-3 for the IceCats. Right circle, a shot is blocked. The clearing attempt does not go. Wraps his arms around him. Ian Balls did. No call. Left point, holding it. Nova pressuring. There's a shot. It's loose. Villanova went for the shooting opportunity again, but the whistle was blown. Again, it is hard to see from this vantage
That was
point.
an amazing save by our goalie.
Did he reach across with
He
his
got
glove?
that with his glove.
Take us through it.
We'll get a line
I'm
change.
serious.
Oh,
Take
you
us
want
through it.
me to?
I want you to take us through it.
It skirted off. None of the defensemen saw it. No one was backing him up. He just laid his arm across the goal line and pushed that one up into the net. He was the only one left to get that. He got it, and that one did not.
Well, the IceCats, moments after Shelley's huge save, they're now up 6-1.
It's always the easy saves that you miss, guys. Certainly, Shelley flashing the glove and letting that one, looks like it slid right through the 5-hole. Power play is off now for the IceCats as Nova leads Temple 6-1.
Back to 5-on-5 hockey as that goal did come with Kyle Smedley's penalty. And Nova, it's their first power play. A big hit late, and now we're getting a little rowdy all around. 6-1. Temple, well, they don't have huge momentum here, and it's a shout of a chance. And the physicality picking up the fans all getting into it. I mean, what really can you hope for when you're in this position? When you're in a 6-1 position?
You need 2 quick goals at this point, and that big hit might help them, but it looks like they might have their minds in the wrong spot with some vengeance instead of hockey play.
Puck is in the Villanova zone as fans start to get even more rowdy. Another big hit. A whistle is blown off sides, or actually a hand pass called there.
Sean McDowell taking a hit there a little bit after play, getting a high stick to the face. No call as the whistle was blown. But Dylan, I think you're completely right now. And I think Temple is trying to prove that they are the Philly school. Nova, not actually a Philadelphia school, laying miles outside of the city.
Everyone at
But
Temple
that's
will
certainly-
lay to their grave
That's
saying
certainly,
Nova is not a Philly school.
that's certainly at stake on the ice right now. As
You can't let
Villanova
the cake eaters win.
But the other way, here comes Ko. Numbers for the IceCats. Ko, left circle, a shot, a save. Rebound comes out the other side to the left of Shelley behind the net. Where's the puck? Can't quite fish it out. And Temple does come away with it. Going the other way, Luke Brachowski, who actually scored Temple's lone goal. It wasn't Ferguson. Remember Ferguson with the assist. Brachowski with the deflection in front. He lost the puck. It was chipped away from him by Jack Marecki. And the other way goes Villanova. The pass from Joey Delphi went into the skates of Jim Conway the other way. Here's a shot from Jared Giovanni. Has not scored a collegiate goal in his second season. Did not make it there. From the corner, Giovanni almost got the tip in right there off of Max Hucker's shot, but Hucker didn't get a lot of juice on that as he fishes the puck in his own defensive zone. And Michael Iannari was thinking about going for the hit on Jim Conway. Connor Lordy in his own defensive zone plays it off the board. He angles it behind his own net. Hucker having some problems getting away from the forecheck of Villanova's Joe DeSimone. And the puck is at the point. Villanova takes it away. Offensively, they have it. And Temple gets it right back. It's Hucker. Hucker off the glass. Michael Iannari to chase. Thomas Pinella off there. I don't feel like we've seen any of these players so far at this point in the game. Max Hucker now. Hucker, his backhand try goes into the neutral zone all the way down the other end of the ice. Icing is waved off. Ian Bowles backhands it all the way back up. Iannari to Giovanni. Giovanni tried to get it off the boards and back to himself. It hit a skate before he could do that. And Villanova now with Brian Anderson just sends it off the boards into the neutral zone, and either team can't really seem to get offensive zone time going right here. Anderson diagonally into his own zone. Villanova takes it on the breakout. Eddie Klein walking back into his own slot. Throws to Anderson in the right circle before the puck is still bouncing around. No one can seem to get a good handle on it. Ian Bowles plays it up the half boards, but it is kicked farther into the offensive zone for Eddie Klein and the IceCats. Top of the point, there's a shot. Charles Giazza got on the stick of Mark Trotta. And diagonally into the other way, icing almost waved off as Garrett Russell was right there, but the puck bounces diagonally off the boards. And Brett McKell's there to get that icing call. So better from the Owls. You don't really see those guys at all out on the ice, but automatically it's like when you play the entire top two lines for such a long period of time, you're going to have tired legs at this point.
Oh yeah, I mean, from you said earlier, that was the first time, maybe the second time we saw the fourth line come out for the Owls, and it's something that kind of coaches run into at this time. They roll their top three lines, and they got a line on there that hasn't played an entire period. You got to roll four this early in the game. Now it's too late to start putting them out there, and now they're not into it.
I think that's something we've seen quite a bit so far. A lot of rolling of the top two lines, and once you get into this stage of the game,
their top two lines are gassed at this point. I think that you're going to start seeing them reaching for pucks, taking hits that they probably don't need to be, and they're just not going to be as effective as if they were able to roll four lines the first half of the game.
Mental note I want to make about this game, guys. Nova will have a week off after tonight. Their next game will be next Friday night versus PSU Berks. Temple has a game tomorrow at Towson. That's certainly going to make a difference mentally for both of these teams. Nova's going to have a week to recover from some of these hits. Giazza, has to shake that off and get back on the ice tomorrow for his team. And tired legs tonight could mean more disaster for the Owls tomorrow.
And going the other way, it's Sean Fowler who gets it into the offensive zone. Sean Fowler's shot to the left side of the net. Garrett Elmer backhands it. He thought that Andrew Kaiser would be in the corner for it. Kaiser reaching for the puck. It's bouncing around and taking it away as Osborne. Osborne, his shot. Actually, he didn't get anything on it. Comes out the other side into the slot. And it's banked off the boards. And look out, the Owls have an opportunity with speed. Chasing it was Fowler. It goes to the corner. Good defensive play. Andrew Kaiser into the left corner. Villanova. Some slick hands from Christopher Parisi to get it all the way back out into the neutral zone. And Osborne lost it. Andrew Kaiser comes on the back check to take the puck away. Bouncing in the neutral zone. Kaiser still looking for it. Gets it. There's a shot, a left pad save again. Ryan Treves in the corner. His shot from a sharp angle. He was just looking for somebody to get to it. And now it's Sean McDowell. McDowell, left low corner, at the top of the slot. Trevs can't get a shot off. He's gassed. Here comes Jungno Kim the other way. Kim, his pass is not even there. He just whiffed on it. Kim gets it right back into the paint, and it went wide of the net. Nowhere to take it. Osborne, his slap shot, it goes wide and goes to the left point for, again, Anderson to get. Parisi down in the corner. Trevs cuts him off, but Jungmo Kim gets it. Kim, again, shouldered. Sean McDowell plays it up, but it doesn't go past Anderson, and it's swung all the way back to the opposite side for Michael Osborne again. Osborne's pass all the way back up to the point is cut off, and Temple just sends it deeper into the zone. Garrett Elmer was there on the good defensive play. Sean McDowell, left corner, McDowell to Will Green. Will Green, his shot, it's blocked. Nova has it. Osborne, who's been out there for over a minute at this point. There's a shot from the right side. I think he was also looking for Coe, breaking towards the net, but it didn't get to him. Coe does get it now. Left circle, goes in the slot. It's taken away. Good save by Shelley on Jack Marecki. He had him lined up. And the other way again, it's Coe. Coe shouldered off the puck by the 30-year-old Jason Ferguson. As Steve Luongo over here has his eyes widen up by the fact that there is a 30-year-old on the Temple Ice Hockey team. So whistle is blown. The puck in the neutral zone. The referee going to...
Do they have any dads, though?
Have any dads playing out on the ice?
Yeah, we had 2 guys on our team that had kids.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Division 2. This is Division 1. No dads. No dads here. Did not know that. That's a fun fact, though.
Toughest guys out on the ice with that dad strength, though.
Dad strength. Always a tough thing. Dad strength is actually not as much of a thing as you think. Actually, one of the first articles for an old website I wrote, somebody looked up and actually the statistical analysis of dad strength and whether it was a real thing. So there's a shot that goes in and went off the glove of Fernandez and Luke Brachowski. It's his second of the game. A little bit of life for the Temple Owls.
Does he score a lot of goals?
Well, Brachowski on the season, it's his 4th. Double
Looks like
this.
me out there.
You got 4 in your best season.
Yeah.
And Luke Brachowski, it was a seemingly innocent shot that went off the glove of Fernandez and dribbled in.
Goalie hasn't seen a lot of shots in this period, so he'd probably call him sleeping.
Well, a minute and 19 left, and all of a sudden, well,
Couple quick ones, they're right back in it.
like you said, they need 2 quick goals. We'll see if they can get it here.
Another one before this period and gets Nova going into the 3rd period. A little worried.
Little bit. There's a shot from the point. It hit a stick off of Jim Conway. It bounces behind the net, behind the cage. There's no trapezoid in ACHA hockey. Temple moving up. They have a bit of momentum and a bit of players going back. Conway comes back. His shot, it goes off a stanchion and bounces fortuitously just for Villanova almost, but Chiazza's able to fish it out of the skates and gets it away. Van Allen with a move, gets in on goal, but Chiazza comes back. He has Ferguson, who just sends it deeper into the left corner. Garrett Russell now, 30 seconds remaining in the period. Puck went into the slot. No one was home for the Owls, and going the other way is Villanova and Richie Halevy. Halevy, and on goal, Shelley comes far out of his net to get it. And the whistle is blown. I think, again, the refs thought Shelley had it, but it just goes wide, the shot. The refs are calling a few quick whistles in this game so far.
To our benefit, both times.
Something I just noticed, Nova with 36 shots on goal in this one. Obviously, having a lot of offense, but they only averaged 36.7 shots on their entire games per season this year, and they've already reached that point here with 10 seconds to go in the 2nd period today.
Pinned up against the boards. Villanova does take it away, Tim Matthews, but now it's Hucker. Hucker, 1 second left. Fowler trying to get there, a backhanded shot. Doesn't go, but the Owls, well, a little bit of a spark at the end of the period as Fowler starts jawing off with Tim Matthews, and well, some sparks flying from some ECHA rivals. The score is 6-2. Steve, we never even got to talk about the takeover, what I did with you, how I know you. Wells Fargo Center takeover. You still do anything like that?
We do it every game.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
What did I do?
What did Dylan do? Let's pump Dylan's tires. All right.
No, let's pump your tires. You got these sales, but also let's pump mine.
Yeah. I mean, so Dylan put together one of the most unique ice times I've ever
I
actually
wasn't
worked
looking for the pat on the back, but thank you.
What was it? Just through Reddit? You just had,
From some Reddit Flyers users, yes.
It was just a bunch of people that all play hockey, never really knew each other, coming out on the ice and using, the Wells Fargo Center. It was very, very interesting to see, kind of all these people come together just with the love of hockey, coming down, tailgating before, getting to play on the ice, splitting everything up.
Love to have it sometime in the future. It's just right now.
You're a little busy.
A little busy. A little bit busy.
Bit.
Are you a little bit busy too?
Always busy.
Always busy. How'd you get out here? You got lost on the way down here.
My fiance let me leave.
Nice. That's right. You are engaged now. When's the wedding?
August 10th,
August
2019.
10th. Well, congrats.
Thank you.
Very early congrats on that. There's so many things we could talk about, but Steve, we do have to go into a short break. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot for joining us, Steve.
We will be right back for the third period, but first, intermission show with Taylor Snyder and Mike Zingroni.
And welcome back, folks, to the Old York Ice Center in North Philadelphia. I am Taylor Snyder, joined here by Mike Zingroni, bringing you the second period intermission reports. Temple down 6-2 under Villanova right now. Luke Brzezowski got a goal for the Owls. Tim Arena got a goal for Villanova. Patrick Keough with the other one. And Jack Marecki to close it off. Mike, we talked a lot about communication there in the first period. I know you got a lot on your mind. You were talking to me off air about communication and what you saw. Just tell me, just plain and simple, one more period left in this hockey game. What does Temple have to do?
It has to get the communication better. It's the same thing after the first period. I mean, it got better at times, more so towards the end of the period after Villanova got the big lead and Temple had no choice but to play fast and communicate with each other. But there's one play in particular, around the middle of the second period. Sean Fowler comes in, gets an opportunity on Villanova's net. Garrett Elmer is along the boards. He has an opportunity to center the puck to give the Owls a 2-on-1 opportunity in front of the Villanova goaltender, but he just sends it along the boards. That shows me they weren't communicating. There was nobody yelling, hey, middle, I'm open. None of that. So the communication is still not there, and it's showing on the scoreboard. Towards the end, they got a little bit better, a little bit faster, looking up at each other. I heard a little bit more on it from the Temple bench, from the Temple players on the ice, and they eventually got a goal, but it was too late in the second period, and by the time they started communicating and started playing together, it was 6-1 Villanova, and there's only so much you can do after that point.
3 goals in the first for the Wildcats, 3 goals in the second. I'm catching a trend here, Mike.
Yep.
If there's any indication of that, Villanova's going to put up 3 in this period. What does Temple got to do to make sure Villanova puts up 0 in this period?
They have to replicate what they did in the last few minutes of that second period. Brzezowski getting that goal. They have to build off that. What happened in that goal? He got the puck. He went straight into the Villanova zone. No cute passes, no dump and chase. If you have a one-on-one opportunity with a defender, trust your skates, trust your stick skills, go in, put a puck on the net, and that's what happens. Not many Temple shots. And when you get a hard shot, there's a Villanova defender in front of the Villanova goalie, and you just put the puck on net, and it trickled in. While it should have been saved, it went in, so it's 6-2. Villanova's still leading, but you got to do more of that. Get in the zone, put pucks on the net, put more pucks on the net, get bodies in front of the net, and do it again. And maybe you can get back into this.
It seemed like besides those 2 stretchy goals that Villanova actually didn't quite have the same amount of energy they had in that first period. Temple a bit more vocal on the ice. One kid that has been especially vocal tonight is Jason Ferguson.
Yep.
Mike, I'm really looking at Jason Ferguson tonight. He has an assist, been playing really well. Will Green with the other assist. I'm really looking at Jason Ferguson in this period to finally put one in the back of the net. Who's on your mind right now? Who do you think is going to put one in the back of the net?
Has to be Charles Giazza. He's the best player on the ice for Temple. He had a big hit, towards the end of the second period, and Temple was a little bit more physical towards the end of that period, a little bit more chirpy with Villanova. Even the fans are kind of getting into it. Villanova goaltender, he's talking a little smack behind the play. So, we got a lot going between these two teams, and I think that's starting to help Temple, especially towards the end of the second period. They got a little bit more energized, a little bit more vocal, a little bit more passionate, and you need passion and communication and energy in games like this when you're playing, a so-called rivalry game. So you need that, and they started getting it towards the end. So I'm looking at Charles Giazza throwing his body around, big boy, getting in front of the net, getting pucks towards the net, assisting players. So they need a lot more of that, a lot more Charles Giazza putting a body on the puck, and hopefully he can spark this team.
It has been over a month since the Temple got their last victory. They're playing Villanova tonight, a team they don't get along with very well.
Yep.
They're down 4 here, Mike. Game's not over. if you're Coach Spiess, and I ask you this every period, if you're Coach Spiess, what is on your mind right now? What are you telling your players?
Energy and communication. Don't be afraid to talk to your teammate. Don't be afraid to look up at your teammate. If you have the puck, don't just put your head down, try to make the cute move or just dump it in or try to go cross ice with anything. Look at your teammates. Get on the same page. When you're on the bench, I want to see the Temple players looking at each other, talking over strategy. Here's what I want to do. Oh, here's what worked on the last shift. Here's what we should do. I don't see too much of that, and that's showing on the scoreboard. So they have to get into it together as a team. Burkowski, great individual effort to get the goal, but they need more of that along with team play because they're down by 4 right now, so they're going to need at least 5 or 6 to hopefully tie and maybe win. So a lot more team play, a lot more togetherness because there's not too much of it, but as it got more physical as the game went on, there was more of it.
They're going to need a lot of team play here in this third period. Temple down by 4 goals to Villanova. That'll do it here for the second period report. Taylor Snyder here, joined by Mike Zingroni. Temple down 6-2 in this one. Villanova leads. J.J. Michalski and Dylan Coyle will be on the call right after this.
Hello and welcome back above ice level for the third period between the Temple Owls and the Villanova IceCats. Villanova currently up 6-2 over the Temple Owls. 36-15 the shots in favor of Villanova. And the Owls will be shooting the other way, opposite of the screen right now, and they really have a lot of work to do, JJ.
Absolutely. Talking about in the intermission report there, and they mentioned that this Temple team needs to not be selfless. They need to be looking for creating 2-on-1 opportunities. They need to find good passes and communicate. And as Taylor always asks Mike, what does Coach Spiess tell them in the locker room? Mike Zingroni's answer, you need to communicate more. You need to be better on the ice as a team. You need to work as a team better. And we're seeing it right now as Trevs completes a pass all the way up the length of the ice.
Villanova taking it away and with speed in the neutral zone. It's Timothy Arena. He lost it. Charles Giazza shuffles it back into the Villanova zone. Before racing up with it is Brett McCall. Brett McCall, right corner, stops. Max Hucker against him. McCall comes together with Hucker before the puck squirts to Ian Bowles on the right side. Bowles seemingly tripped over the blue line almost and losing the puck. The Owls, as Max Hucker clears it, hit a stick before going into the Temple zone. So funny sequence. Ian Bowles having all the Bowles chants. And
Absolutely, Dylan. You and I speaking before we came on the air just before this period, really the first game we've seen a huge crowd out.
Yeah.
And possibly one of the warmest days here at the rink at Old York. Certainly we are all thankful to not be freezing this game.
Of course.
And the students look to be enjoying themselves so far. Even though Temple is losing 6-2, getting a little bit of back and forth with Temple and Villanova right now, fighting for who truly is the Philly school. I honestly believe that's what this is all about right now.
Andrew Kaiser, like a second baseman, gloves the puck down and just sends it deep in the zone. Eluded a check tried to put on by Brett McCall, and Villanova moves it back into the neutral zone, and it's swung back around. Max Hucker from Garrett Elmer. Hucker goes into the neutral zone, cuts back with Kaiser. Villanova takes it away, and Sean Fowler, pinching a bit, is able to knock him off the puck. Into the zone, falling on the ice was Arena, and cross-checking will be called on Sean Fowler. So Villanova will go to the power play, and that is not needed.
Yeah, Dylan, but that's really the first mistake I've seen Sean Fowler make tonight. Yes, it's a costly one, but so far in this game, Fowler's been great offensively. He's been creating chances for them. He's been good defensively until that that one.
Villanova on the power play coming into this game, a 13% conversion rate. Temple actually had a 0.3 higher power play rate all the way the other side. Osborne Shelley came out to face him and made the save as Kyle Smedley in the corner. 3 Villanova players on him. 4 make it 4. Temple top point goes back to Osborne, who cut down from Parisi. Parisi's pass attempted to go to Tim Matthews, but Treves clears it down the length of the ice.
Dylan not giving any help in the corner over here. Temple
All the way in the middle, Will Green with the shot. It's saved by Fernandez as Villanova sloppy in their breakout attempt.
nice forecheck there, getting the good shot on net, and Villanova certainly not expecting that to happen. Not expecting a quick snapshot from Temple in the middle of the offensive zone.
And Temple, it was because Fernandez really held on to that puck for a long time that led to that offensive chance. They lost the face-off, and Nova will try to move it up. It comes off the boards weirdly, though. Andrew Kaiser into the middle. Charles Giazza almost was there, and Giazza actually got it right back, who calmly plays it to Jason Ferguson. It's cleared all the way down the length of the ice, so more time wasted. That puck just bounced weirdly off the boards. It's an old rink, so that's bound to happen many times. You saw it happen all the time at Joe Louis Arena, where the Detroit Red Wings used to play. As the puck is slid into the neutral zone, Giazza cut off a pass that was intended for Timothy Arena. Arena takes it away. Arena top of the slot, off the post, and comes back to the slot. Another shot, he scores. Puck bounced off the post, and Richie Hallaby makes it 7-2. You thought you got lucky there when it hit the post, but
Yeah, Dylan, that one knocking off the post. Temple falling back on their goalie, Matt Shelley there, trying to get the defensive stop. And everyone kind of just crowded around the net, around the puck, and that opened the ice up for number 14 there to take that shot and score for his team. Temple looking to this weekend now, they need to clean up the defensive play. For me, that's been their biggest thing so far this season. And their captain, Charles Giazza, he needs to put some sort of offensive rush into his teammates, as that one hits off of one of the pipes extending over the ice here. I believe those pipes are for structural purposes here at the rink. And as you were saying, old rink, lots of bad bounces off the boards, and we saw two of those bounces go in Villanova's favor tonight. And even going back to those goals, those bounces coming off the board and Shelley not being able to get across, yes, Shelley needs a quicker reaction time, but that's also on your defense to not be covering that side of the puck.
they need to tighten up defensively as that puck, Max Hucker lost it coming out of the defensive zone. Nova the other way into the middle. There's a shot that rose off the stick of Joe DeSimone and behind the net for Luke Prochowski, the only goal scorer for the Owls. He scored twice. Will Green's breakout attempt is blocked as Sean McDowell falls behind the ice in the neutral zone behind the play. Behind the cage, taking it away is Tim Matthews. Matthews to the point. Here's a shot from Conway. It's to the left of the net. Another shot one-timed from Joe Resfelder. It went wide again. Conway, another shot taken away by Ian Bowles, who said he likes to cook pizza on the weekends. Bowles just sends it in on Fernandez, who covers it up. Ian Bowles, in this fun fact, actually said he likes to cook pizza on the weekends.
Pizza only on the weekends?
He actually told me yesterday, we were talking yesterday, and he said that he's going to Hawaii this summer to cook a pizza place. I don't know.
To cook at a pizza place.
Or make a pizza joint. I don't know what his situation is.
Certainly a fan favorite here tonight, as he was getting those Bulls chants coming back onto the ice. Dylan, bringing it back into focus for a minute, though. Right now, I think for Temple, this game could be considered a little bit of garbage time with these last 14 minutes left. If I'm head coach Mark Spiess, I'm going to use this time to get some of my younger players out there. Get my third and fourth line experience, as that one hits off the post again.
Another shot hit the post and came back to the side and hit Shelley on the second shot opportunity. Shelley had no idea where that puck was. Villanova pressuring again, and you're absolutely right. They should use this time to get their younger players. They're actually doing it with Jared Giovanni out on the ice. Michael Iannari can't get the pucks calmly off the boards as the play is just sent into the Villanova zone, and the puck is retrieved by them. A long stretch pass goes off the stick of Joey. Joey He's on the ice.
Also, Dylan, another benefit to getting the third and fourth line, the younger players in there, you're going to see rest time for your big guys like Van Allen, like Giazza, like Ferguson. They're going to get those breaks that they need, and I think in this game, long shifts have been a problem.
A left pad save from Shelley, and he decides to stone Triano right there.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. Continue, JJ.
As I was saying, long shifts in this game for the Owls, I think, has affected them. They're not hustling back as quickly on defense. They might have more chemistry with each other. But certainly right now, a good time to get younger players out there. As we're hearing, I believe, a T for Temple U chant coming from the stands. As Temple does trail in this game 7-2 with 13 minutes, 22 seconds left, being outshot 41-18 in this game, Dylan.
Again, Temple, they've been outshot on average 45 to 38.9, and this is worse than those stats. There's a shot that rose off of Fernandez and hit the netting behind his net. 13:09 remaining in the period, and it looks like not only does Ian Bowles have a cheering section, but Jason Ferguson as well. As he's out on the ice, face off to the left of A.J. Fernandez. Ferguson, a shot from the point. It goes wide of Fernandez to his right. Villanova trying to take it away, but Garrett Elmer thought he kept it in, but they're going to say it's offsides.
Yeah, we'll see a draw here in between the blue lines. Temple certainly looking to change around how they've been playing. They're on, I believe, a 7-game slide right now, and it looks like this might become an 8-game slide for the Owls if they can't find 5 more goals in 12 minutes.
As a nice play between the legs from Parisi, gets to the puck to the slot, but Garrett Elmer, his diving poke check, kept it away from Osborne. It goes all the way back into the Villanova side for Jim Conway to take it. Conway having to deal with the ref was Reisfelder, and the puck is in the left half boards of the Villanova zone before popping out to the neutral zone. Elmer was breaking in on it. Connor Lordy was able to keep Osborne at bay for the moment. Lordy, Andrew Kaiser and him coming together. Lordy got the puck into the neutral zone. Andrew Kaiser now. Kaiser gets it to Elmer. Elmer trying to drive towards the net. Jim Conway keeps him away from it. Fowler's open at the right point, at the right circle. His shot goes off the pad of Fernandez and stays in play, but bounced high up in the air in the corner. Lordy cuts that pass that was intended for Jumno Kim off, and it goes to the Villanova zone. Conway to play it. Bowles keeps it in. Ian Bowles behind the net. He sends it. Conway fighting for it. Luke Wachowski as well, and Will Green also pokes it a little farther ahead. Osborne is checked from the speeding Max Hucker into the play. Behind Fernandez into the corner boards, the left half boards. Bowles, his shot, it's sticked away before hitting the netting behind the glass or above the glass. And with 11:30 left, face off to be held again to the left of Fernandez. A.J. Fernandez comes into this game, a 2-3 record, .888 save percentage. Matt Shelley, an .868, 2-5 record.
Dylan, as I said, there's a glove save from Shelley, but as I said earlier in this broadcast, Temple head coach Mark Spies hopeful to see Ben Auerbach back in goal for the team, hopefully next weekend as they take on a couple of games next weekend. And we're going to see Jared Giovanni in the circle here. Good to see the young players out on the ice. Certainly trying to get everyone exposure time. Shelley getting this extra time in goal with Auerbach's injury. But once Auerbach is back, I think this Temple season is going to turn around.
Yeah, as well as Brendan Ondick. Ondick, who has scored 50 points last season as a freshman in 30 games. So not having him on the ice at this moment the last few games has really hurt Temple offensively. And we talked about being able to roll the lines. It's something they probably should be doing, not just late in games that are already lost, but it can provide a lot more offensive output to the rest of the lineup.
Absolutely, Dylan. And rumor has it that Ondick will be back for tomorrow's match up versus Towson. And that's good news for the Owls, as he is one of their best scorers on this team. Giaza currently leading the team in goals.
But a shot that goes to the off the glove of Shelley and into the side of the netting. What did you say? I'm sorry.
If Ondick is able to stay healthy, I think he can also lead this team in goals come later in this season. It's a long season. They play hockey from September all the way up to almost the beginning of March. And yeah, it's hard to stay healthy all that time, but it comes down to players taking care of themselves and making sure that they're not getting hurt on the ice, teammates looking out for each other.
Jack Marecki tried a Michigan behind the net to put it in on Shelley. It didn't work out for him, but that would have been a spectacular goal to watch. A little bit of showboating. At this point for Villanova, it's a bit deserved. Actually a penalty is being called, not an icing. Penalty against Villanova is called. The Temple Owls will be going on the Pub Web power play here with 9:54 remaining in the final period of play. Looks like Patrick Coe is going to be the offender here.
Top line out for the Owls in this power play, and still hopeful that they're going to get themselves back into this game, if not score a couple with these last 10 minutes of the third period.
Giaza at the right point gets it across to Trevs at the left point. Kaiser behind the net, finding it deeper to Nick Van Allen. Van Allen, the most uncomfortable spot for a puck to be for a goalie, is behind his own net. Kaiser, left circle, swings it below the net for Van Allen again. Van Allen fighting for the puck, sends it off into the neutral zone. That was Andrew Kaiser, or actually rather Sean Fowler, excuse me. Again, they're on the opposite side. Andrew Kaiser, his pass tips off of Sean Fowler, and eventually Charles Giaza slaps it into the Villanova zone. In the left half boards, Temple's fighting to regain possession of the puck. Ryan Trevs gets it, skates to the point, but gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser, who has a shot from the left circle. There's another shot that came from the right circle, and Charles Giaza went wide. Andrew Kaiser back up to Trevs. It went from Van Allen to Charles Giaza. His shot rising again over the net, and Villanova on a breakaway. Halavy in on goal. He shoots forehand score. It's 8-2 for Villanova, and they score shorthanded. And if there was any hope to spark some life, that life has been extinguished.
Dylan, one thing I noticed on that play, Shelley coming way out of his net as the attack approached. Don't necessarily agree with that positioning.
Well, you have to challenge the player coming in on goal. I understand what you're saying, but again, on the breakaway, there's not much you can do. Defensively, it just gets off the glass and bounces over Temple's players. And again, Charles Giaza, great shot, but the accuracy tonight, at least, has not been there for him, unfortunately. Max Hucker behind his own net. Remember, Temple on the Pub Web power play, 40 seconds remaining in it, 8.5 minutes remaining in the game. Max Hucker's pass is cut off, and Nova just clears it for Ian Bowles to chase back into his own zone. 28 seconds remaining on the power play. Bowles to Max Hucker. Hucker's pass, I think it intended for Will Green, but it hit a speeding Luke Prochowski, who was cutting across the neutral zone. Puck's just swung out. No one's on the left point for Temple. Matt Shelley has to just tap it forward for Max Hucker to get. And Hucker, with 3 seconds left on the man advantage, is forced to peel back and circle around as Christopher Parisi's forward check was enough to get Villanova back on even strength. Big hit late on Ian Bowles in the corner. Temple the other way. Brachowski in the right circle. Puck finds its way back out to the neutral zone. And Jason Ferguson just sends it deeper. Puck almost hit a referee, and in the neutral zone, players are fighting for it. It squirts out to Ferguson in the right point, in the right side of the neutral zone. He has a lot of speed. He just sends it in on goal and actually pinches and chases it in the corner, who just backhands it to the opposite corner to the left of Fernandez. And Villanova, they're sitting happily on an 8-2 lead. They just got it from Halavy's breakaway, shorthanded goal. That puck hit something on the bench of Villanova. 7 minutes exactly remaining, and the whistle is blown. A stretch of rough games for Temple.
Absolutely, Dylan. Coming off of an 8-1 loss last Friday night versus William Patterson, a team that came into that game, I believe, with only 2 wins on their season coming in. And Temple right now just struggling as a hockey team due to injuries and due to star players being out. Another part of that losing streak might honestly be the energy, and right now, Temple getting a lot of energy from their crowd. I like to see the student representation at these kind of games. Obviously, students cutting out the 30 minutes to drive up here from campus, as Temple does play in an off-campus stadium. And that's good to see that these kids are supporting their teammates, their classmates. And Temple needs more of this throughout the season. Maybe they can build off the energy of the crowd. Maybe that's what they've been lacking in these games that they've been losing, and losing poorly at that.
Well, it certainly helps having a good crowd here. I don't, I don't think you can say it. It's suffice to say that that is all the issues or all the solutions that Temple Ice Hockey can have right here. As the faceoff is to the right of Fernandez. Van Allen, Ryan Treves at the left point. He was able to keep the puck in, and it's now Van Allen again. Treves fighting for it. Anderson with him, but Treves comes away with it. Back to the point. It's Smedley with a shot. Smedley's shot, I don't even think it got on net. Giazza and Anderson come together. Giazza is going to be called for a penalty as Anderson, it looked like the stick was chopped out of his hands. And a slashing call, it will be against Charles Giazza.
Bad penalty to take there. 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes left in this game. And the captain will go to the box for the Owls. Certainly an off night for Giazza. Giazza, the team leader in goals. He scored the lone goal last Friday night against William Patterson. And I believe that one did come early. It was only a 2-1 or 3-1 game at the time he scored. So certainly his team still had a chance to get back in it. And tonight, Perchowski scoring, making it a 3-1 game. Temple wasn't completely out of it. They still had chances, but they weren't able to capitalize on coming back and using that momentum from the goal.
Under 6 minutes remaining in this game, Brachowski had a chance to go in a one-on-one alongside Brett McCall, but the puck bounced off his stick into the Villanova zone. Brachowski still fighting for it, and Temple, they're going to take control of it as Andrew Kaiser comes back, and Kyle Smedley just wastes more time, sends it into the Villanova zone, but it couldn't get past Brett McCall, so he's able to take the puck. Through the neutral zone, goes into the left side with some space. It's Tim Matthews who plays it off behind the boards. Treves hitting Parisi. Brachowski clears.
Another thing that I've been keeping my eye on is, number 11, Michael Osborne of Villanova. After scoring 2 goals only 10 minutes into this game, he's still searching for his hat trick.
Almost had a third as well. Didn't happen for him. Luke Brachowski aggressively trying to spring the Owls on the short-handed Richie's penalty kill.
Perchowski also looking for his hat trick as he has the only scoring for Temple tonight.
And Villanova scores again. And a hat trick it is. Michael Osborne.
Hat trick there for Michael Osborne. The Villanova players here in the corner in front of us tossing their hats in the air, as is tradition in hockey. Being respectful, not throwing their hats on the ice. But congratulations to Osborne for being able to score 3 times tonight. We'll see a draw here at center ice. And Temple certainly looking to change the outcome in this one. Here comes Villanova again. A good chance for them there as the puck goes to the side of the net. Temple now looks to clear, moving the puck out of their zone. And right now, Temple trying to figure out what they need to do different defensively on the side of the puck giving up the puck there.
Ian Bowles
Looking
gives it away. I'm back. Hello. That puck is just sent out of the zone. And the whistle is blown. Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back, Dylan.
Thank you very
Sorry,
much.
know you had to take a couple of game notes there, catching a couple of the goals that we were unsure on. Obviously, we're here in the corner. Tough to see the far end of the ice who exactly got goals and assists. So trying to get that from the scorers table across the ice.
9-2. Villanova in the lead with under 4 minutes remaining. That time actually is still frozen at 3:53. It hasn't moved for a bit.
Now it starts.
Now it
There we're
starts.
ticking again.
Oh, we have some extra time on the clock. Giovanni just sends it down the ice, and icing is waved off. Hops back on the boards, but you really need to start playing all 4 lines. It keeps the first line fresh and healthy. If that's the only reason to do it, then that's the best way to do it. Villanova, right side, Klein. Klein, the defenseman, went deep. Russell defended him, and a shot by Go. It's it. So Villanova, it's double digits, 10-2.
Hitting the water bottle on the top of the net there, Dylan. And defensive chaos for the Owls. No one really knowing where the puck was. No one covering each other. Shelley being beat on the glove side.
Patrick Coe, it's his first of the season, and he just whipped that by Matt Shelley. That's a great shot.
Absolutely. And Dylan, one thing I might be questioning now is, do you allow third-string goalkeeper John Callahan to come into this game and relieve Shelley? We saw that last Friday night in the 8-1 rout.
Not with 3 minutes left. You won't see it with 3 minutes left. Connor Lordy now. And it's just it's an unfortunate spot for Shelley to be. The Owls struggling to really find some shape defensively in a lot of games so far this season. So you really can't, put a lot on him. There's 47 shots in this game.
Absolutely. Temple does need to do a better job of getting in front of shots, establishing some sort of defensive structure. As here we see another turnover in the defensive zone.
DeSimone with the shot. It doesn't go with 2:22 and counting remaining. Into the zone. There's a shot left pad save from Shelley, and Lordy was able to just backhand it to safety. Lurking was Brett McCall, who has 3 goals in the season. Lordy, a good job there to keep him at bay. So whistle is blown.
Back to what we were talking about a minute ago, Dylan. Shelley in this game giving up 2 goals that he had no shot on to defend. Obviously catching that bad bounce off of the backboard. And to me, that yes, it was the first 2 goals early for Villanova, but that changed the momentum of this Temple team. They came out wanting to beat Nova, losing 4-3 to them in overtime in the City 6 tournament. They came out with a fight tonight, and Nova shut them up very quickly, scoring 2 almost garbage goals, I think you could call them, being able to get the deflection off the back there.
Ferguson off the boards in the neutral zone. It goes into the Villanova zone. Ferguson pinched in the left point. He actually made a play while taking a hit and sending Parisi down to the ice. Elmer trying to find the puck. Kaiser, his forecheck, wins it for Elmer. Elmer, his shot, glove save Fernandez. As Elmer falls to the ice.
Under 2 minutes to play now. And for Villanova, a game to remember, 10-2 on Temple's home ice. For Temple, certainly one to leave in the past. Move on in this season. Dylan, what's one takeaway from this game that Temple needs to change tomorrow when they visit Towson?
They need to have more of a defensive shape, because a lot of the times when the puck was not on their 6 in the defensive zone, they couldn't get the puck to kind of break out. As we see a really nice move, pass all the way across into the far post. Could not be taken from Will Green. 1 minute remaining in this game. But really, for me, it's that defensive zone shape. They need to have better vision when they're not on the puck. They need to watch out for some passing lanes, and they need to close them. It just needs to be better. And it wasn't tonight. Thus, the 10-2 score with 37 seconds remaining. Max Hucker in his own zone. It's swung on there by Hallaby. And it's taken in the other corner by Arena. There's a shot, a big save from Shelley. The puck bounces up when he was just laying on the ice and falls onto his Temple tee. And he freezes it with 23.1 exactly remaining.
Dylan, I completely agree with you on the defensive structure. Another thing that I want to see this team turn around, this 13.3% rate on their power play.
Which has gone down again tonight.
They've been given opportunities on the power play. I believe we had, was it 6 power plays tonight that we saw for the Owls?
There was a good amount.
And they were unable to capitalize on any of them. I don't think we saw a power play goal at all tonight for Temple. We saw a couple from Villanova, and Temple's penalty kill could use a little bit of work, but that goes back to the defensive side of the puck. But when Temple has 5-on-4 hockey, they need to take advantage of that and put the puck in the net.
Well, this game is over. It's one that Temple would rather forget. Villanova 10, the Owls 2. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the post-game show with Mike Zingroni and Taylor Snyder.
Pleasure
Dylan
being
Coyle.
on the air with you,
I was
Dylan.
going to finish that, JJ.
Sorry for that,
Dylan Coyle and JJ, my house key.
Pleasure being on the air with you tonight, sir. Very well done.
Shaking the booth. Very well done. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks, to the York here in North Philadelphia. I am Taylor Snyder, joined here by Mike Zingroni.
It's been that kind of day.
It's been that kind of day. In case you weren't watching or you're just tuning in, Villanova defeated Temple. Final score was 10-2. Temple, 7 straight losses for the Owls. Mike, there's been a lot of this. There's been a lot of that this season. Tonight, Temple wasn't even that bad for the most part, but they came up against a really, really good Villanova hockey team tonight. I want to get your outlook on the game itself, how Temple played, and where we go forward from here.
I agree with you on that. It's not like Temple played awful. They just made too many mistakes, and Villanova capitalized on all those mistakes. You know, whether it be turnovers, not getting the puck out of your defensive zone, not getting the puck in deep, not getting through the neutral zone, or just a lot. I mean, just a lot. Too many turnovers. That's all it was. Too many turnovers. Temple was not on the same page. Passing to each other, and Villanova. Basically, it looked like they took advantage of every single opportunity, and that's what's going to happen. Villanova, credits them. It was just one of those games. When Temple was trying to move forward, they would try to move the puck up along the boards. Villanova would be along the boards. They'll try to move the puck up the middle. Villanova will cover the middle. So it was just one of those games where just Temple couldn't get anything. It's not that they played awful. Villanova was just on tonight, and they had it.
Star goalie Ben Auerbach obviously out for the Owls. No sign of when he'll return. Matt Shelley has the duties for now. Played okay tonight. It was a 10-2 hockey game. Got a lot of madness thrown at him throughout the hockey game. For a guy like Shelley, not as experienced as Auerbach, but playing really heavy minutes now. He has pretty much turned into the guy at this point in the season. He's played just as much as Auerbach. What did you see out of Shelley tonight?
Definitely performance you can build on. I mean, there's really no difference for Temple whether Auerbach, Shelley, or even Callahan was in net. I mean, let up more than 50-plus shots. You're not going to win this game 2-1. That's just the name of the game.
Shots were a lot to a little tonight. Villanova created a lot more offense. It really, Mike, watching this game to me, Temple connected a lot better passing-wise, but defensively, it just seemed like that's what was the Achilles heel tonight for the Owls.
Yeah.
It's been a problem the past couple of weeks. Temple, Mike, I just got to be honest with you, and I want to get your opinion too. I felt like tonight wasn't as aggressive as they were in past games on the puck, checking physically. They hit pretty well, but, Mike, there just seems to be a lack of energy on the ice out there right now. Really, what does Temple got to do with practice this week and getting ready for next weekend?
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between playing physical and just hitting people. There's a difference between those two things, and Temple is leaning a little bit more towards just hitting people, not necessarily getting their physical grind game going. So I feel like that was a lot of the problem. I mean, passing, it got better as the game went on. They're communicating a little bit better, but their problem is when they turn the puck over, there's no, I don't see like, oh, we got to go get this puck back. Let's go. Everybody back on defense. Here we go. Everybody back check. Everybody get back. No one let the puck go on Shelley. I don't see that. when they turn the puck over. We only saw it a couple times, but not enough to win a game, especially in a game where you like this.
Tim Arena had a big game tonight for Villanova. Number 14 recorded a hat trick on the day. Just wheeling his way to the net, weaving through defenders, straight up the seam, working the puck around. Kid was doing it all. Temple really didn't have much of a response for him, Mike. In these big games, when Temple is playing these schools with very talented players that kind of stick out from the rest of the pack in this conference, they have not traditionally done a very good job of containing him. What would your advice be if you were head coach Mark Spies to your team moving forward in these games when you're playing very talented teams, you're still a growing team, but you got to learn to stick with them in these games? What do you think they could do a little bit better to stick with teams in these games?
So what's the losing streak at now? 7?
I believe 7 games.
7 games. So now is really, there's no better time than now to come together as a team and figure this out together, because, you know, losing 7 straight, having disappointing losses, you know, it's very easy to go home, you know, you lay in your bed by yourself, thoughts to yourself, man, this went wrong with that player, that I did this, that player did this, the goalie did this, the coach did this. Now's the time to come together as a team and just lay it on the line. You lost 7 straight. Just let them, just let your teammates know. You want someone to play better, let them know to play better. The coach wants someone to play better, get in their face. The players want the coaches to be better. They want them to do something different in practice. Let them know, because obviously there's something off in the 7 straight losses. So, I mean, it's easy to just take this in an individualistic approach, just go by yourself and say, oh, this, and this are wrong. Or you can come together as a team and try to figure it out together, because that's the only way you can win.
Yeah, well, obviously a loss tonight for Temple. Luke Brzezowski with both of the goals for the Owls. We only got about a minute and a half here before we have to sign off. Mike, I think it's proper that we give Jason Ferguson's fan section a shout-out tonight. Number 93 on Temple recorded an assist on the first goal to Brzezowski. It's great to see when the fans get involved.
Yeah.
A lot of hockey being talked tonight, whether it was on the ice or in the stands. Seemed like there was just good energy throughout the building.
I mean, it was a shame it was a 10-2 score, because this game had the energy of, a 5-4, tough battle, tough grinded out battle, but Temple wasn't able to get enough going on the offense and turn the puck over a little too much to have one of those games. But the energy was there. I mean, Villanova's bench kept talking. I mean, and they deserved the right, especially 8 in the third. They kept going while Temple's bench couldn't say anything. But, by the time it's 8, 9, 10-2, it's not so much you can say. But teams were going back and forth. Fans were going back and forth. I even heard some parents chirping out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a fun environment, and I'm sure the players were eating it up. It was just a shame we couldn't get a little closer game. 2
schools with a lot of history, both on the ice, on the court, on the field. Doesn't matter. Villanova and Temple do not like each other. Villanova takes this round. Mike, final score, Villanova Wildcats 10, Temple Owls 2. That'll do it here from New York. I am Taylor Snyder, joined here by Mike Zingroni. Signing off. Have a good night.